checking. I'm sure some people are even checking their WhatsApp right now, Facebook and Twitter, whilst I'm speaking. So the platform is quite, engaging. Some will say addictive, which is also correct, depending on where you stand, right? So we have a huge number of people who are on the social media platforms, forming and building communities, selling products, connecting with one another, engaging with one another, and also selling products or communicating. So when you come to Ghana, 31.4 million, so now it's 30.8 million, right, by the Statistical Service Department, right? So this is a projection that the report did, right? So we have 41 million mobile subscriptions. Mobile subscriptions are the number of networks that people use, irrespective of the number that you use. So some people have 2 phone numbers. Others use, what they call forerunner, the Chinese phone with the 4 SIM cards in it. So one person has more than 4 networks, right? So we have internet users 15.7, and that is 50% of the population. They are internet users. It means you don't have an excuse as a business not to go online. Now, the online is also a business place or a market place for you to sell your product, market your ideas, engage people, form communities, and make money. So 26.1% of the population are on social media. 8.2 million people are on social media. So if you're a business, these are the numbers you are talking about. And Jeremiah talked about data. Very important. If you are doing digital, you have to always focus on data. It's not about the fashion of the platform or how nice or how popular it is. How functional will it serve you, your business interest? How many of your customers are on those platforms, not how many people are on those platforms. Everybody is jumping on TikTok and you want to go on TikTok. Everybody's talking about Snapchat, then you want to go on Snapchat. A lot of the times, the people who are on those platforms even get chop money from their parents. So how do you sell your products to people who get chop money from their parents? Right? So we'll look at that. How will you define social media?
Okay, social media has been with us for a while, and I think it's a platform where almost everybody throughout the world is meeting to build different interaction, being in business for something to make people laugh or anything. So it has been a platform for people to share their ideas. In general, that's what I'm saying.
Social media is like a place where you meet new people, you see new things, new ideas, know things about other countries.
All right. Thank you. Social media, right? So social media talks about your social life. Very important. My presentation font changed because the machine has been changed, right? So there's a social component of the social media which has been there since generation. We socialize as human beings. We talk about our lifestyle, our associations, our expertise, our interests, our profession. We talk about that every time before even Mark Zuckerberg thought about creating a platform, right? But there's a media component which as a business you must look at. You have to look at your audience. Who are you targeting? Where are they located? Which channels? And what is the coverage area of the platforms? People in the villages on Facebook, where you want to sell your product to, the customers also on Facebook. So the channels are your marketplace, and then the coverage is the extent to which these people who are on this platform are distributed. So geographically, you have to look at their distribution, coverage, and then how is content also distributed on the platforms. So on YouTube, you go and look for the videos, and then they suggest other similar videos to you. On Facebook, any content you read, the content finds you. You don't find the content, right? That's how their news feed is designed. So when you start reading more about sports, you realize they start showing you related content about sports. So they pick the same thing. Twitter is in chronological order. First come, first serve. So they tweet upon tweet, right? So you see the latest tweet in your news feed, but they don't use the algorithm to determine what is relevant to you, which Facebook does, and that's why Facebook is bigger and better than most of these platforms, because they share content based on relevance to you and the frequency to which you also read those content and how current those content are. That is why you can see a 2 minutes post on top of a 1 minute, 1 hour post, and 3 days post on top of a 30 seconds post. So they don't arrange them based on the timestamps, but they arrange them based on relevance to you, the reader. That's why you can stay on Facebook and be scrolling before you realize 1 hour is gone and you still want to scroll more. True or false? And then some people post their nice pictures and then they are waiting for the notification. Nobody is liking their pictures. Then they'll go and like it themselves. How many of you do that? No, I have to deliver you. So anytime you react to a particular content or post, you are telling the algorithm that is relevant. Then you start hacking their platform, hacking in code, so that Facebook is saying, okay, because somebody commented or liked this particular post, it is relevant to more of those people who are similar or share the same similarities as the person who commented or liked it. Then they start showing your content to more people. That's how contents go viral, right? So you have to understand that. So you run promotions and the rest of it. Yeah, so these are some of the popular platforms in Ghana. So we have Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Messenger, Telegram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Twitter and the rest. I'm not a fan of Twitter, but it's a nice platform where people go and chat and look what is trending. Usually I tell my clients when you are ranked based on how frequently you are being talked about and the traffic that you get does not translate to value. If it's just visibility, yeah, you get it, but how many people bought your product? So every platform and how the users interact or interface with businesses and how they also, translate to value. Your business. So the most popular platforms in Ghana, then you have Facebook, then YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Telegram, Snapchat. So you see where Twitter is. We thought every morning, what is trending? What is trending? They talk about Twitter, but meanwhile, it's not the most popular platforms. It's about the number 8 or so platform down, right? So for a business, you are not moved by how popular, the platform is. How many of your customers spend most of their time on Facebook? How many of your customers spend most of their time on Twitter? Or which platforms are they on? Those are the things you want to talk about or think about. So Facebook, 7.1 million in Ghana. So the 7.1 million Facebook users in Ghana. You can see that data for yourself. You'll be given the slide, so don't bother writing everything. Instagram, so where the women go and share nice pictures. True or false? So anytime the new dress comes, take pictures and post it there. Right? So now a lot of people go there to sell products. So that's why Facebook, they've introduced what they call shoppable post. So now when you wear a shoe, wear a dress, you can tag each of the elements, the picture, and people can just click on it and buy. So that's why they are introducing those features onto the platform. So if you sell products targeted at women, then you should be thinking about Instagram, right? So Instagram is female, Facebook is male, right? More content driven. This is visual communication, less talking. So more pictures. So if you're selling food, you are selling shoes, you are selling bags, beauty products, all those other ones, anything that is visually, engaging, you use Instagram to sell it. If you are targeting women, Twitter, of course, almost 700,000 users in Ghana. They trends every day, right? And then we have LinkedIn, 1.6 million. So the professional networks, so all the CEOs and entrepreneurs are all on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Now you realize a lot of people who wants to be like the wannabe entrepreneurs and CEOs are also migrating to LinkedIn, right? So they want to go there to profile themselves as, entrepreneurs. So if you want to target businesses or business owners and your services are targeted at other businesses, LinkedIn is a place to go and network with other professionals so you can engage them. And see, mind you, LinkedIn is not like Facebook or Twitter. LinkedIn, you create value based on thought leadership, sharing what you know as an expert, not just sharing nice pictures of some shoe you've worn, tilapia you've eaten at a restaurant, all those posts that are meant for Facebook and other platforms. LinkedIn is business, professional business network platform. So 10 ways to master social media for business. Number one, you have to understand social media. What is it? It's a platform to, communicate, to engage, to build community, to engage in commerce, and also interact with your target audience. So you need to understand what it is. You are as effective as the level of knowledge you have on social media. Your effectiveness depends on the extent to which you understand how the platform works. So even if whichever platform you are, read about it. If you're on WhatsApp, read more about WhatsApp, the new features they're introducing. If you're on Telegram, read about the platform and the features and how the platform functions. If you're on Instagram, read about Instagram too as well. The more you understand the platforms and the more you understand how this media channel works, the better you become at optimizing your presence for business value. If you are less knowledgeable about the platforms, you can never be effective about the platform, and your value will get to be less. Number two, very importantly, you have to set objectives. You must know why you are on the platform. You are not just there because other people are there. You are there because you want to achieve some set of objectives, whether you want to engage your existing customers, you want to acquire new customers, you want to market your product and services, you want to offer support services, or you want to lead generate, for your customers. You want to get more people that you can engage or sell your products to. You need to understand that. Or you want to be a thought leader, so that if I come to your page, the more I read about you, the more I understand your industry, the more I can trust you as a business, and the more I can do business with you. So you have a set of objectives. You can set 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever one that you think you can use, and you can use the platform to also educate people about your product. Very importantly, so that every week, every month, every year, you want to analyze whether you are achieving your objectives or not. And that's where data comes in. Very important. Profile your customers. Anytime you want to work for a client, whether businesses, organizations, government, political parties, churches will ask you, who are your target customers? Who are you targeting? If I understand the person you want to reach out to, I can tell you how we can engage those people based on the kind of content we share and based on their interests. Very important. So who are they? Where do they live? Where do they work? Which occupation are they engaged in? What is of interest to them? What do they like? What do they dislike? Right? What is their level of income? Which occupation are they engaged in? Do they socialize? Do they have influence? Are they even online? If you don't profile your customers to even know whether they're online, what are you even doing on social media? Because if you have customers who don't even have email addresses, then they cannot even create a social media account. So why are you on social media? So if you understand your customers, if you profile them and know, okay, they are online, they have emails. Okay, if they are online, which platforms? Are they on WhatsApp? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Facebook? Then you will use that information to create the accounts on those channels. So when it comes to the selection of the social media platform to use, it is your customers who determine it for you, not your agency or how popular the platform is. Where your customers are, there you must be also. Amen. So number 4, you have to know the communities, your community. So most of these customers are also in various communities online. So even though we may be maybe old students of the same school or attend the same church, when you go online on social media platform, we are in different communities based on interest. So we are either in a group or once a channel where we talk about technology, others talk about fashion, relationship, law, politics, culture, arts, fashion, shoes. These are communities online. So you must know which communities your customers are online so you can engage those communities or use your customers as influencers or contacts to those communities. Very important. Because if somebody recommends a product or your service, it is valued more than you advertising. Research shows that 90% of customers buy based on recommendation. Only 14% buy based on advertising. I don't know why we still advertise. Because it's always best to, if you want to buy something, you always want to ask the friend who knows more about that thing before you buy it, even though you've seen the advert. Right? So recommendation is very, very important. And if you know the communities your customers are in, it helps your business to also focus and target and market properly. Number 5, select the right platforms. So I've talked about that. So after profiling your customers, knowing their communities, then you know where they are. So you go on the platform that delivers a higher quality of your target customers than just the platform with the largest number of users. Always focus on the customer. So understand the platform. Where are your customers? Where do they spend most of their time? Most often, media is about attention. Radio sells attention, TV sells attention, newspaper sells attention. The products are the readers. So the newspaper's product are the readers, not the newspaper. A TV station's products are the viewers, not the airtime. Likewise, the radio station, their products are the listeners, not the airtime they are selling. So the media channels have audience. You want their attention, so you have to know where they spend most of their attention at, so you can get their attention to sell your product to them and also engage them. Number 6 is create quality content. see, content is a package. So whatever you want to say, intend to say, how you want to say it, must be packaged in text, audio, images, and videos. So you must learn how to create very creative and engaging content so that when somebody sees your artwork or somebody reads your text or somebody watches your video, they can relate to the message you want to push across. So you have to be very clear, very straightforward, very simple in your messaging. So we have a format that we normally use for content creation. You have to select the themes, so the subject areas you want to talk about. If you sell shoes, what are the subject areas you want to develop content around? It's not just the shoes. You want to talk about fashion, how to dress to a corporate meeting, how to dress for a business meeting, what are the types of shoes, and then what materials are shoes made of, what is the origin of shoes, shoes for weddings, shoes for funerals, shoes for outdooring, shoes for corporate events, shoes for sports. So you want to educate people about the product you are offering so they know that you understand and know what you are selling, so they can even trust you that you are selling the right product. It's very important. So that's why you need to do that. And then content, they say, is God, but content, what do you call it? Content is king. You always say that. So whatever you want to sell or tell has to be packaged in content, in pictures, in videos, in text, so people can read and understand. But how you relate those things to the people, right, is what we call context, and that's what gives relevance to the content. If I plug a rose flower and I hold it, you think the rose flower means the same thing to everybody, but it's not. To a botanist, it's a plant. When I hold it on Valentine's Day, it's a symbol of love, right? If I'm giving it to somebody who is sick, it's to show that I'm wishing the person a speedy recovery, right? So the same plant means different things to different people. So you must learn how to relate the